Hello, Stacy Kinney here. Just wanted to give you a quick intro onto Twitter. If you're just getting started, you don't know what to do on Twitter, one of the first things I want you to do is to go right here and watch this video. It'll just give you kind of a good explanation of what Twitter's all about. You're going to click right here to join. As you can see, I've already got a username and password. If you can get your name, I suggest doing that and do it quickly, because everything on here is about branding yourself and you don't want the name to be taken. So go ahead and try to get your name. So I was able to get Stacy Kinney. I'm going to sign in and take you to my page. Now, what do you do next if you're just getting started on Twitter? So one of the first things you're going to want to do is play around with some of the settings and your background. Now, I actually have a background right here that I got for free from twitbacks.com. So I was able to come over here and customize, put my information and all of this right here on the page. First thing you want to do is go to settings. That's where you can put your bio information, your URL, whether it's your blog, your website, whatever it is that you want people to check out, or that's where they can see something about you. Now, what I recommend, and what I just figured out not too long ago, was this tiny.cc, and I'll take you over here to the actual website. What this does is it will shorten a URL. Let's say you have a very long link, but you want to shorten it. But the reason I really like this for this particular case is because it has tracking. See this traffic statistics here. So you can take it in and put a long link. Let's just do something here and then just tiny it, just as an example. Okay, now see down here it made a smaller link, but what I want you to know, because it says track how many people click on your tiny link here. So every time you go to shorten it, you need to click there. This is where it's going to give you your statistics page. But what you're going to want to do right here, because I didn't know this the first time, is you're going to want to copy this right up here and put it somewhere safe, because that's how you're always going to get back to this page to see your tracking status. If you don't copy it, then you won't know and you can't get back. And this is going to be the link, let's say, that you would put in your URL. Okay, so I think that's just pretty cool to see. You're not going to want to do that all the time, but for tracking purposes, it's pretty cool. So let's go back to Twitter. So now you've got your bio, you have everything set up. Now you're going to want to go to picture. I highly recommend that you put a picture of yourself, not of a logo or anything like that. I think it's more personal, and that's what Twitter is all about: connecting with people, building relationships, helping each other. So highly recommend to put your photo in there. And then of course you've got design. So if you just want to do something real quick, you can pick one of these designs. You can change your background image right here. You can upload something that you find yourself. So there's a lot of things that you can do here on your Twitter page. And like I said, I just chose pretty quick. It took me about 10 minutes to go get the free background from twitbacks.com, which I happen to really like. Now if you go back to the home page, let's take a look. Let's say you're just getting started. You don't have any followers yet. So you might want to go find some people. Find some friends. Ask people to follow you. See who's on Twitter. Right here, this is where you can do a search. You can find on other networks. You can invite people by email. And if you like, you could start by following me, and you might find some people interesting that are following me or that I'm following. So of course, feel free to do that, which twitter.com/, as you can see, Stacy Kinney. And I make it a habit of following people that follow me. I'm lately looking at unfollowing some people if they're doing a lot of selling and promoting and that's all they're about, or if there's anybody using profane language, and I'm not really attracted to that. I want to work with people that have, integrity, they're helpful, they're genuine, and make it a win-win situation. So, as we go further in some of these trainings, you'll learn more about attraction marketing. Now, you might have a different reason. Some people just want to get here and communicate with their friends and family. Some people want to meet other people. They want to do marketing, attract people for their business. That's okay. You can do all of those things here. Now, a little bit about Twitter. Some of it you've kind of just got to get on and stumble forward, because I'm still learning, and there's things called retweet. Today it's Friday, so there's this follow Friday. I had no idea what that was. Figured it out pretty quickly. If you see here, number follow Friday. Basically, this is they're recommending their friends. They're saying, you know what, these are good people. You're really going to like my friends. Maybe you should follow them, check them out. So everybody's kind of doing this follow Friday today. Another thing that's pretty interesting is that you see this RT, it's a retweet. So in other words, let's say you put some great information out there, and it looks like this guy did. He's talking about a Twitter worm has resurfaced, whatever, so somebody felt that that was important, so he retweeted it. In other words, don't take credit for somebody else's tweet. You just put RT and you send it out, and so forth. There's a lot of little nuances here that you'll learn as you go along, but for the most part, what are you doing? You know, throughout the day, are you playing with your kids? Did you just get finished doing this or that? Did you find some useful information? Did you see something on the news? It really depends on what your purpose is here, but my suggestion is to always put good content, useful information. I like to put things that I learn. Either it's about Twitter, maybe it's a new tool, you know, something in the financial world, because I'm, you know, all about, you know, health and wealth and different things. So just things that you're interested in and you're passionate about. I happen to like learning about green and what I can do to become more green. So just different things like that. That'll help you also choose who you want to follow, who you want to learn from. Now, if you look here, this says @Stacy. These are replies. If I put a message out, someone might reply back to me, and this is how you can see your replies in this area right here. Now, you've also got direct messages. So some people will just send you a message directly, and you can communicate back and forth privately. Many times, let's say if you start conversating with someone, it's better if you do it privately for certain things, because you start putting all these replies out there and people see it. They don't understand what you're talking about. They don't necessarily care about your private conversation. So I would keep your tweets to just content and information and updates about yourself. You've also got a favorites right here, that anything that you like, that you know, you can sit and select your favorites. I have a few things that I liked that I put out for myself that I thought people might want to check out. A quote that this gentleman put out, some great information, different things. You can do that. And then of course here is your following. If you see up here, I have almost 2,000 people that I'm following, but I have 1,400 people following me in these updates right here, 132 updates. So for the most part, that's it. You know, you just get on, start learning. You know, feel free to ask questions. If you ever have a question about something on Twitter, then tweet it. Ask somebody. And the more people you have in your network, the better chance you have of somebody answering it. But like I said, look for people that have maybe the same interest that you do, and try to learn and share the knowledge. Thanks. I hope we found it helpful.